With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. Tonight we move on to week 2 of the preseason, and we've got a compelling matchup here. Kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Time to see what Patrick Mahomes can do here with his first possession. The quarterback out of Texas Tech getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense.
And simply put, for many, he's the gold standard for quarterbacks in today's NFL because of his ability to create, find the open man, use all the different arm angles that he has. He's a complete package, and boy, his team loves to play around him.
Now 2nd and 9. Here's Mahomes to throw. Pass complete to Royals. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Mahomes now on the sneak. And he will have the Chiefs first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
They pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with a back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talked about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Just a gain of a couple there. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession. Here's the Chiefs punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way to the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. They'll be led out by the 3rd overall selection back in 2018 from USC. It's Sam Darnold.
And the thing with Sam Darnold is we know the skill set is there. May not be the most mobile or strongest arm quarterback in the league, but usually plays with really good plays and at his best, like a point guard in basketball, able to move around and distribute the rock.
Over the middle, finding Smith and Jigba. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a gain of 15. First down, Seahawks.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Here's Darnold. Going right back to Smith and Jigba. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive.
That's another Seahawks first down. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Chiefs' 33-yard line.
14 yards that time and a first down on the keeper.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's another Seahawks first down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
He's dropped just inside the 20. A little second effort there, but couldn't find a whole lot of space. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. We'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. Darnold loses it. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hand.
He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
Brings up how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal? That's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Mahomes going to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down.
And the Kansas City Chiefs. First down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Running left is Walker. And he stopped immediately there. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 50-yard line.
From midfield, here's Mahomes. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Incomplete. It's 3rd down.
Mahomes now to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run, and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that will tie us at 3-3. So they're content to take the 3. Somewhat of a conservative call there, opting not to go for it on 4th and inches.
And that's from a team that you and I know is not usually playing it close to the vest. It's a little bit of a surprise that they opted for the 3 instead of going for it.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
That's good for a Seahawks. First down.
Faking the give. Darnold. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. But certainly not an ideal first quarter for him. Remember, he lost the fumble earlier, and here he ends up on the ground with a sack.
And sometimes what happens when you make a mistake early, you get too cautious going forward. Just cover up the football and take care of it and be able to cut it loose. Otherwise, your offense is going to stall.
Now off the bootleg, Darnold. Under pressure, they got him again. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. And that is the the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
So now here in the second week of the preseason, you'd expect the starters to play a little bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along, because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle? No mental mistakes? Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team?
And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
We've met fan bases that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. Open man right side is Rice. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Out of bounds at the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
On the counter, it's Walker. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes will try to pick it up himself. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 3-3, a tight one after one on EA Sports. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. In motion goes the tight end. Looking to throw is Mahomes. That's complete. Left side to Worthy. And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now Mahomes. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing now is Mahomes. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Rice. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard strike. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Mahomes going to go on 4th down. And this one is incomplete. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Seahawks again now ready to take over on offense. The last series form a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Off of play action, Darnold. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And incomplete on the deep ball. Here's 2nd and 10.
Leads to 2nd and 10.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. They'll get this complete to the tight end Barner. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
And the Seahawks, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard
To throw is Darnold. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they'd left their starting quarterback out there for this second quarter. but I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect your starting quarterback.
He's got a man. Downfield is Horton. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
That's good.
Going back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. From the 28, it's 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Down right around the 25. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Going back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a big run, not an explosive run, but they've held the ball for plenty of plays on this drive. They're just trying to impose their will on the defense right now.
And they'll try the air now with Darnold. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. He'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So since that last play got nothing, they'll go ahead and decline the penalty, and that forces a 4th down situation. Myers' kick is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not have the balls go through goalposts.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. To throw, it's Mahomes. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Rice. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Now here's Mahomes. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach is talking to his offense coordinator and said, look, let's go and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe something to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that. The nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then, you take a big...
Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Darnold now to throw. Open man is Barner, the tight end. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Now it's Darnold. And that is incomplete. The Kansas City defense tough to throw on there. And now it's 4th down. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And that is no good. And that will keep this a 3-point game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the